Liverpool have found a way to prevent Saudi Arabia from returning for Mohamed Salah in January. Saudi club Al Ittihad refused to give up on Mohamed Salah. Once it becomes clear whether the Reds are in the title race, they will decide whether to make a new mega money offer to prize the Egyptian away from Liverpool in January. Anfield bosses have closed the door on Salah leaving the club after rejecting an offer from Al Ittihad earlier in the week that would have cost them £100 million and the potential to add another £50 million. They were also prepared to pay the 31-year-old £1.5 million a week to join Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar as the poster boys of the professional league. Liverpool were adamant that Salah was not for sale, despite claims that the Saudis were prepared to increase their offer by a further £50 million. However, sources in the Middle East insist that Al Ittihad will be back to put the pressure on Liverpool again when the transfer window opens in the new year, and they believe the Merseysiders will be open for business this time around if they fail to make a promising start to the Premier League season. Liverpool lost £100 million when they failed to qualify for the Champions League for the first time in 7 years after finishing 5th last season. The American owners have backed manager Jürgen Klopp in the transfer market, spending nearly £150 million on Dominic Szoboszlai, Alexis Mac Allister, Ryan Gravenberch, and Wataru Endo. And the Reds kicked off their campaign by collecting 10 points out of a possible 12. There is a real belief within the club that Klopp's team can once again emerge as champions, Manchester City's biggest rival. And Salah's form has been outstanding, despite speculation about his future. Al Ittihad are aware that there is little hope that Liverpool's position on Salah will weaken if they are in a position to challenge for the title at the end of the year. At that point, Salah will have 18 months left on his contract, and Liverpool's owners may have to think again about offloading their star player while they can still maximize returns. Liverpool is already preparing Salah's successor. It's the start of a new era at Liverpool after the departure this summer of longtime stalwarts James Milner, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, and Roberto Firmino. This midfield trio left a huge hole to fill, and the Reds' main transfer targets were Brighton's Moises Caicedo and Southampton's Romeo Lavia. But they were beaten to the punch by Chelsea and instead focused their efforts elsewhere. Despite signing Dominic Szoboszlai from Leipzig and Brighton's Alexis Mac Allister to play in the front 8 positions, Jürgen Klopp still needed a midfield destroyer, and Stuttgart's Wataru Endo was the answer. However, Liverpool overcame their shortcomings in the transfer market by taking 10 points from their opening 4 games to extend their unbeaten run to 15 Premier League games with wins over Bournemouth, Newcastle United, Aston Villa, and a draw at Chelsea. While the strong start can be attributed to the form of Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, and new signing Szoboszlai, the huge rise of youth in the club's starting 11 shows that the future doesn't just look bright on the pitch. Klopp named 4 players aged 20 and under on the bench for the victory over Villa: Harvey Elliott, Jarell Quansah, Stefan Bajcetic, and 17-year-old Ben Doak. The last of the quartet has been highly praised for his impressive pre-season form. Liverpool signed Doak from Celtic in March 2022 for a compensation fee of £600,000, and he signed his first professional contract with the Reds in November that year. Described by Klopp as a special kid, the quick and direct winger is highly regarded at Anfield alongside Bajcetic and Elliott. It's easy to understand why. Doak has dazzled since joining the club, scoring 10 times for Liverpool's youth teams in his first season, catching the eye of the higher-ups and earning multiple call-ups to the first team. In his first 5 games for the club, the Scottish winger stunned fans with his blistering pace and power in last season's 2-2 draw against Wolves in the FA Cup. Following his excellent start to his Liverpool career, legend and Scotland international Kenny Dalglish has heaped praise on the young sensation, hailing him as fantastic since he entered the first-team picture. While Mohamed Salah's future may be closed for now, the Egyptian could still leave in the future, and given his age, his contract at Liverpool, and the fact that clubs in Saudi Arabia are desperate to sign him, there is a good chance he could leave next summer. While it would cost at least £100 million to replace Salah should he leave, Liverpool could save a lot of money by tapping into a goldmine of young talent. Doak leads the way, but don't forget another golden boy in Cade Gordon. A nimble-footed winger with terrific kicking ability, Gordon's meteoric rise at Liverpool in the 2021-2022 season began with his first goal against Shrewsbury in the FA Cup, making him the club's second youngest goalscorer at the age of 16. Following that debut, Gordon made 3 more appearances that season, including in the Carabao Cup semi-final against Arsenal, helping his team reach the final against Chelsea. Praised as outstanding by his manager, Gordon could be a useful addition to Liverpool's first team now that his recent injury problems are behind him. The Reds will be competing in all competitions this season, and Gordon will be hoping that Klopp's side's Europa League campaign will give him more chances. Gordon has enjoyed a productive spell in Liverpool's youth system since joining the club from Derby in 2021 for a fee of around £3 million. He has scored 11 goals and provided 5 assists in 24 appearances, a performance that has earned him a place in the first team. The winger, who returned to action last weekend in the Liverpool U21 side's defeat to Middlesbrough and was, in Paul Machin's words, forgotten, will be hoping to rival Doak for a place in Klopp's starting 11 and return to the form that the German manager has been touting his talents for. Speaking after scoring his first goal for the club, Klopp said, "He is a special boy, everyone knows that. Really calm, a great finisher. But he can improve, he needs to be more involved in the game." Talent doesn't disappear overnight, and although injuries have shaken his confidence, the 18-year-old sniper is one of many talented youngsters the Merseyside club have at their disposal. Liverpool's investment in the future is certainly the right thing to do. Salah's departure would of course be devastating. But it's a great comfort that they already have potential replacements in place. National team discusses approach for special or Liverpool figure. The German Football Association is reportedly in internal talks to replace Hansi Flick with Liverpool manager Jürgen Klopp. According to Bild, the DFB is considering a move for the Anfield boss, despite knowing full well that any attempt to bring Klopp in would be futile. Flick's position as Germany manager has never been under so much pressure after last night's embarrassing 4-1 defeat to Japan in an international friendly in Wolfsburg. The DFB are now looking at potential candidates to replace the former Bayern Munich manager, with Klopp's name being mentioned alongside Julian Nagelsmann and Louis van Gaal. Klopp, praised by James Milner as a special manager, is less likely than ever to leave Liverpool to take charge of Germany. Klopp has been associated with his role in Germany since the Liverpool manager made a name for himself as a manager in his home country. While it seems unlikely that he will be appointed Germany manager this year ahead of Euro 2024, Klopp could consider the role in the coming years after leaving Liverpool.